Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I'm going to do something I didn't really think I was ever going to do, but it's time to go ahead and do it. And in this case, I'm not going to place any blame anywhere on anyone, but we do need to clarify some points. And it's very important that I clarify these points because there are people who legitimately think these are things that I'm actually standing behind or do or claim or have said anytime in the last few years. Like that this has happened at some point in my 40s when I'm 43 now. And let me just state up front, the whole fake Merc conspiracy theory stuff, and it was conspiracy theory stuff. And again, a lot of people who don't look into the conspiracy theory world don't realize that that's what it actually was. Talking Alex Jones, not American Sniper. Okay, confusion there. Was it the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life? Yeah, the things that I said and did in retrospect were literally the most moronic things I have ever done in my entire life. And I can say that 5 years later, I can look back at that and go, wow, that was really stupid, Jason. That's the dumbest thing you've ever done. And I can say that honestly. Like I can look myself in the mirror and go, yep, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And I can't blame anybody but myself. But here's the problem we have is that it got pushed in all sorts of directions to the point where people think that I did or said things I didn't say. Like people think I actually said I was in the military. No, I never, ever, ever claimed that. Jump back over conspiracy theory world. Think Alex Jones, not military. Frame it in that context. And I actually had said in there, I have never served in the military. I specifically did say that. Maybe that gets edited out. I don't know what all people spread because I don't watch the stuff. But it was stupid. It was stupid. And it's not a case of me getting up and doing something evil or malicious when I said those things in those videos. It's a case of someone doing something stupid like putting a penny in a light socket and filming it, uploading it to the internet. Okay, you don't look at and then they do it again, right? So the one time wasn't good enough, so they do it again. Even I'm laughing at the middle image. You don't look at that person and think, a reasonable person doesn't go, oh, well, they're an evil person who should be harmed. They're this terrible human being. No, you look at them and go, wow, that was really stupid. That's really stupid. That's the equivalent of what it is. And I made an ass out of myself. 5 years ago, I made an ass of myself. And I get that people are going to hate on that they're going to make fun of it. They're going to laugh. They're going to mock it. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Because even I can look back after having 5 years of life experiences and maturing and having to rethink my own values, going through my own journey. I can look back and go, Jesus Christ, Jason. What in the hell were you thinking? Why'd you put that penny in the light socket again? Like getting shocked once wasn't good enough. You had to do it again? Now, in retrospect, that is what some of it was. It was a couple of things going on. Me going through a not particularly good period of time in my life. I had just recently gone through a divorce, had moved back to the United States, and let's clarify that also. I've heard rumors come around, and I'm sorry, this is not factually true. That people think that I had to leave the UK over a lawsuit. That is absolutely not true. It had already been ruled I was not going to have to pay anything. Okay, this was not an issue. Was it a factor in things affecting my life? Yes. But was the lawsuit the reason I left? No, the reason I left the UK, and I don't want to bring my own personal life or relationships all over the internet again, I was separating from my wife. Okay, I was in the country originally on a marriage visa. I have an indefinite leave to remain. I could technically return. I can legally return anytime I want to that country. I don't need a visa to do it. I have a indefinite leave to remain card. I was there because I was married to a British citizen. My marriage was ending. We had decided our marriage was over. We were separating. I had decided, which created its own set of problems. She hadn't decided, but I had decided. My marriage was ending. It was over. And I don't want to get into all the reasons. That's not people's business. That's why I left that country and came back to Texas. Okay, my marriage was ending. My marriage was the reason I was in that country. I was not going through a particularly good place in my head. Okay, and I got involved with someone else who had their own set of issues, and I'm not going to drag that out on the internet either. And all I'm going to say is I made the choice to get involved with that person. I made that choice. Okay, there'll be consequences for our choices. So between those different situations transpiring through that window, I wasn't in the best place. I was absolutely not in the best place. And I think that the quality of my work and everything else that we saw through that time pretty well reflects that. And I got this goofy, moronic idea in my head that, well, all the conspiracy theory stuff's doing good out there. And Alex Jones says, well, maybe I'll just inject a little entertainment. Okay? I was legitimately thinking, let's just be entertaining. I didn't think anyone would actually believe it. Okay, let me rephrase that. That's what I had said before when I mentioned this before, and people got angry about that. Let me rephrase that. Obviously, people didn't believe it was true. Okay, make that clear. Reasonable people didn't hear that and think that I was telling the truth. My thought at the time, and again, me being stupid, let me make this clear. My thought, and in this case me being stupid, that people would find it entertaining. Not that they would think that I was serious. Okay. Now, in retrospect, 5 years later, I can look at that and say, damn, Jason, what in the hell were you thinking? And I can laugh about my train of thought because it spiraled way out of control. The reactions, the responses spiraled out of control. And I did not respond to a lot of it appropriately. And to be fair, people will say, well, you could have responded better. I don't know under the circumstances that I could because of where I was at in my own headspace at that time and dealing with the level of responses that I got. I mean, even to the point to where, and I'm not going to go deeply into that in one of my response video to some of it, and let me put that in context so that people understand that videos don't happen in a vacuum. We don't get up and just do things in a vacuum. Okay, a gaming channel had made a video and claimed that I lied about being in the Army, and he very specifically and clearly said the Army and went on a really long rant about stealing valor from the Army when I had not made any military claim. I had not claimed to be in the military or the Army or any branch of the armed forces. It was, again, conspiracy stuff. The response I got the next day, the next few days, was literally people coming all over all my social media threatening me with harm, claiming they were veterans, and that because they were veterans, they had a right to harm or kill my loved ones, my family members, my girlfriend. Like they were making threats against my loved ones. And my FU response video was very specifically to those people. And to this day, I would still say to someone, being a veteran doesn't give you a right to threaten someone's family members and girlfriends, okay? I don't care what that person has done. Being a veteran doesn't give you a right to threaten other people's loved ones. It just doesn't. And I'm not saying that you should be punished for that, but I think someone telling you F you, like if you come to someone who you're angry at and say, I'm a veteran, so I'm going to kill and rape your girlfriend, and they say F you, I think that's a totally appropriate response. That was my response. Did I handle a lot of that appropriately? No, I did not. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But here's the point where we're at. We fast forwarded 5 years. My life what I do online, I mean, my business is everything is in such a completely different place that yes, I can look back at that and say, you know, that was all really, really stupid. And I would say to people who would say, well, you're the way you handled it and responded, yeah, but here's what I would say. Do you think under the circumstances, once you had were up there and it was already awkward, I already realized, oh my God, some of this I've really messed up and I felt really awkward about it. Okay? Well, of course I did. You would too. Uh, Dealing with the blowback, I would ask a lot of you out there to think through how would you deal with it? Would you even know how to? How many people out there in the entire world have ever dealt with hundreds or thousands of people sending them hateful messages, like just in their comments? People making videos about them, like hating on them, that are getting hundreds of thousands of views. Very, very, very few people in the world have had those sort of experiences. There's nobody to turn to. There is no one who you can ask for advice at that point. Okay? You're basically on your own in new territory that almost no one has experienced. Not even a fraction of a percentage of the population has experienced something like that. Okay? How do you deal with it? I still don't know how you're supposed to deal with it. But in my case, here's what I'll say. This is what I'm going to cover here. And no, I'm not going to allow people to talk about it in my comments. I'm going to continue to delete comments on it. I'm still not going to watch any videos that anyone has about it. I'm going to continue to always ban people for bringing this stuff up or discussing it because I don't want it on any of my social media. These are my business pages. This is my business. These are my livelihoods, advertising for my coaching. I don't need that nonsense in my life. Okay, I don't. And if we get over to the point of where people are like, oh, that was really stupid, it's like, well, yeah, but that kind of gets diffused at a certain point. Like if you know someone or you've seen someone do something and you come over, oh, I saw you do something stupid on the internet, and then they say, yeah, that was X numbers of years ago, and you're right, that was really stupid. And they can just say, yeah, it was really dumb, man. I was being stupid. You've lost your ability to make fun of them. I mean, you really have at that point. Like, how do you as a person then respond? Do you say again, oh, that was really stupid, when they've already just kind of, when you're trying to mock them, when they're like, yeah, it was dumb, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't have put that penny in that light socket like 2 or 3 times. I mean, I got shocked the first time and I decided, I don't know, man. Who in the hell knows? I was stupid. It was a bad idea, poorly thought out. Right? You don't really have much left at that point. Like, oh, well, they've admitted it was dumb. They've admitted that it was embarrassing, that it was awkward, and they've grown past it. And I think the other thing that people, the last point I want to bring up before I close this, I've actually had a bunch of people say, well, you profited off of it. I think my social blade numbers, if you go back and check through those years, will tell you that I didn't profit off of it. Okay? I lost money. I lost income. Okay, I want to make that very, very clear before people jump up and say, well, you deserve X amount of whatever because you profited off of it. I can assure you guys, and I think, again, if you go check the numbers yourselves and look through the history of my channel outreach and stuff, I did not profit at all. Not remote. I promise you guys I didn't make a single penny from that. I lost money. Okay, so I didn't profit from it. So not only did I embarrass myself and make an ass out of myself and deal with blowback, it also hurt me financially. Okay? A lesson learned 5 years ago. Okay? This is 2020, not 2015. And really, that's all I have to say on it. And I'm not going to entertain further questions about it. So, by the way, anyone who wants to ask further questions, it's not going to happen. This is what I have to say on it. It was stupid. It was in the past. If I hurt your feelings, I apologize. Wasn't my intent. And this is way behind me. At this point, if people still make a big deal about it, I don't get it anymore. I don't even understand. I understand it being a big deal the year or two after it happened. Not anymore. It was just stupid. It was me being in a bad place and making stupid decisions that I suffered the consequences for. And I can look back and say, yep, that was really, really dumb. And it's embarrassing. But it happened. What do? You have to move forward with your life. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.